What's up YouTube? It's Juice Beats and I'm back again with another video here. I want to talk about the Paceline in cycling. And this one here is a ride that I did a couple months ago with our local group Cedar Bluff Cycles. And we're going to go through and see how we work together in a Paceline to stay fast but also conserve energy throughout a fast group ride like this. Basically what the Paceline is there for is to be able to stay fast, but also have everybody in the group kind of conserve energy throughout the ride and not be so crazy tired towards the end. That's in theory. I say that in theory because a lot of times we push the pace so hard that it does tire out some people. But in this case, I just want to go over just kind of how it works and show you kind of how to draft here and when to pull over and get your rest. So here we go. We're going to start off on this little Paceline here, moving in counterclockwise direction. So basically one side is kind of resting. So you're pushing on the right side right here. So right now I am drafting behind and I'm trying to keep at the pace that we're going. As soon as I get to the front here, I try to keep that same speed and I want to get to the front of the next person's wheel, whoever's on the front, and gradually move myself over to the left in front. The best way to do this is I kind of side eye who is up front as I'm going forward, and I look to see where I am in relation to their front wheel. So once that front wheel is kind of out of my side view, that's when I know that I'm able to kind of gradually move over. And you don't want to push the pace at the front too much because then you're making everybody in the back of you work extra hard. And you don't want to do that when you're already going as fast as we are in this Paceline. So we're moving, I believe we average like 28, 29 down this road sometimes. So we are going pretty fast down this road. And you know, for a group ride, not everybody's a racer. You know, some guys are just out there just trying to get some exercise, things like that. So we're not trying to kill everybody at this point. But you'll see, so once I get to the front, I'm passing the wheel to my left and then I gradually move over. This is the best way to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that you're not, you know, killing everybody at this point. So once I move over, I'm not trying to push down the watts or anything like that. I'm kind of letting off just a little bit so that next person can come past me and get in front. And it's kind of a relief a little bit. And it works great when you have this many in a group because you're getting a lot more rest on the left side. Now, if you're working in, say, a group of 4 or 5, you're going to be working a little bit more and you're going to be coming up to the front a lot quicker. But when we have a 2-line, 10-person, or however many we had this day, when we have that many going in this Paceline, you get a lot of rest coming on that recovery side. And you'll see, I mean, we're going up and down some hills here, so my watts kind of, they peak a little bit more than normal. So if we were staying on more flat ground, I wouldn't be peaking so many watts. But because we're going up and down hills and I'm trying to keep the pace, you'll see that the watts kind of peak a little bit. But on the recovery side, you'll see that they drop significantly and I'm not having to push as hard. And that's a, you know, obviously you're pushing a little bit when you're in the draft until you get to that front. And that's when, you know, you'll see the watts peak up a little bit more. So we're doing a pretty good job this day. Don't remember if anybody got too wild on this day. It's been a few months since the last time that I actually watched this video. But you'll see I'm up towards the 500 range or so when we're towards the front. So the other thing with a Paceline too, so you want to gradually move over in front of the next person. If you cut off too early, you know, you could end up overlapping wheels and that could cause a wreck or something like that. So you want to make sure that you've actually passed that person. You don't come over too early. And it happens sometimes, but you just don't want to make a habit of that. And you want to make sure that everybody's being safe. But this is a great way to, you know, everybody's pulling at some point and everybody's working at some point, instead of having just, you know, a couple people at the front pushing the pace for, you know, several miles at a time, and then they drop off and kind of rest in the back while another set of people start up again at the front and keep the pace. So I think this is a little bit better way of everybody working together, but also everybody's being able to conserve energy at the same time too. So you'll see once we get going after the hill there, the speed starts to pick up a little bit here. This is a fun little stretch of road too. It's a good back road. It's not super busy, and we're able to push this Paceline all the way down. I think it's a few miles long or something like that. But everybody's working really well together in this Paceline. It's very smooth. There hasn't been really any big fluctuations or anything. So that's another thing that can happen in the Paceline. You know, somebody's pushing too hard at the front, and then that makes other people work harder in the back, and that will create gaps. And so when you create gaps, that's when people start getting really tired, because they're not able to keep up at the front, and you'll start seeing the Paceline kind of fall apart at that point. But if everybody's moving very smoothly and you know, in line and keeping the pace the way it should be, then you shouldn't really have any problems. And you also, you know, everybody should be pretty well rested by the time they get back up to the front. I'm glad I was able to catch this day, because it looks like this day was pretty smooth. There's been days where I've been out and the Paceline kind of falls apart because somebody's pushing too hard at the front and we're not smoothly going through the roads like we should. And you see there, you know, pointing out potholes, things like that. So you want to make sure that you're staying away from that stuff so you don't pop tires or you know, worst case scenario, have a serious wreck or something like that. But there we go. Just wanted to do this like quick video on the Paceline and just kind of show you guys a little bit how it works. But you know, that's something that I think has helped me in my racing as well, because I'm getting some good drafting practice. And also, you know, when there are surges and things like that in the Paceline, it's almost like race practice in a way that if there's a surge in a race, you know, I'm quickly able to get back on that wheel. So Paceline's really great for group rides when you know, everybody's working together and it's nice and smooth. So anyway, just wanted to put that short video out there for you guys and let you know that I'm still looking for the next race, and hopefully I'll be putting some more of the rides and things out there for you. Right now, I know there's some races, but I'm not able to travel as far for some of these races because they're mostly on the West Coast or just too far out of the way for me to go for a couple days at the moment. But if I can find a race that's close, I'm also talking with some guys here locally to get some races together here in Knoxville. So hopefully we can get that done soon. But I'd like to get some more race footage out there for you guys. Probably going to do some Zwift races. I haven't done those in a while, so I'm probably going to get those ready as well. But looking forward to putting out some more content for you guys. And hope you all enjoyed this one and learned a little bit about the cycling Paceline. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've done a Paceline before and how you kind of feel about it, let me know. But I will see you on the next one.